was just trying to get to the handshake.
Turning you around, pointing to her ring finger and taunting you?
Honestly, I have no idea.
The day Caitlin Clark showed Lexi Brown, who is the WNBA's boss. Rising basketball star Caitlin Clark just proved Lexi Brown wrong in the best way possible, and the fans are loving it. It all started in March when famous rapper Ice Cube offered then college star Caitlin Clark a $5 million deal to play in his Big 3 league on the side after she joins the WNBA. Big 3 is a 3-on-3 women's basketball league that Ice Cube launched in 2017. The league has managed to stay afloat, but has seen nowhere near the amount of support that the WNBA does. With Caitlin Clark becoming the world's biggest new women's basketball star, it's easy to see why Ice Cube would be willing to put it all on the line to try and cash in on some of her immense fame and fortune.
Before the 2023 season, the WNBA had grown by 40% viewership.
Caitlin Clark did not end up accepting the offer and sort of shrugged it off. Ahead of Iowa's NCAA Sweet 16 matchup against Colorado, Clark told the media, "To be honest, I found out about the Big 3 thing at the exact time you all did, and my main focus is on just playing basketball. I honestly don't talk about those things with really anybody. I have other people that deal with it, and they haven't said a word to me about it. My main focus is on this team and helping us find a way to beat Colorado, and hopefully win another one after that." It wasn't the offer itself that ended up becoming a big deal, but rather the reaction from many fans and even some WNBA players. Some social media users were quick to brush off the offer as a bluff and a publicity stunt, such as one Reddit user, who commented, "It was likely just publicity. I don't believe it was real. If it was, I don't think he wants to help women's basketball over helping his own league. His priority and responsibility is to his league, not to the WNBA, which is an affiliate of the league that he publicly claimed is trying to ruin him. So it could have been a tit for tat." Lexi Brown of the Los Angeles Sparks made several comments on the matter and was outraged at Ice Cube. In a since-deleted tweet, Brown wrote, "So no other women's basketball player has came to mind in the last 7 years? Instead of, I don't know, supporting the women's league that already exists. Let's do this ... in the middle of the NCAA tournament. Men are hilarious." Brown, like many others on social media, also questioned Ice Cube's motives when it came to making such an offer, and his comments about uplifting women's sports. Among Ice Cube's comments was an assertion that Big 3 is a favorable alternative to playing in certain foreign leagues. Ice Cube said, "With our offer, Caitlin Clark can make history and break down even more barriers for women athletes. And they should have more than just one professional option in the US at a time when American pro sports leagues are being infiltrated by autocratic, anti-women regimes such as Qatar. Our path-breaking offer to Caitlin Clark demonstrates that Big 3 now offers another choice for athletes." On Gilbert Arenas' podcast Gil's Arena, Lexi Brown said that, "To mask it in this, I want to uplift and support WNBA players, and women athletes is kind of a cop-out, I think." She then went on to say, "The Big 3 does not happen during overseas season, so that doesn't make sense. You pretty much offended all of the European countries that opened the door to us, give us a lot of money, a lot of love, and a lot of experience by calling them dismal and dubious. And there are some very beautiful countries that we have the opportunity to go play in." Lexi Brown, whose WNBA salary is just over $80,000, felt that a number of WNBA players should have received the offer instead of Caitlin Clark, who was still just an NCAA player at the time. Ice Cube made such an offer to Caitlin Clark because of her immense notoriety and her monumental basketball talent. Though it is up for debate whether or not Ice Cube cares about women's basketball, or just cares about his own business, it is clear that Caitlin Clark is a generational star who is worth her weight in gold. Many fans, social media users, and sports journalists were quick to side with Brown and criticize Ice Cube, and some even made it into a racial issue, as is common on social media when it comes to anything related to Caitlin Clark. However, many people also spoke up in defense of his offer. One ex-user wrote, "He's offering the all-time leading scorer a spot. She plays for damn Iowa. Nobody would even think of that team if it wasn't for her. Ice Cube of all people isn't looking for white approval." Another added, "Caitlin Clark is a bigger name. WNBA players act like they don't understand economics. Since the issue unfolded, much time has passed and Caitlin Clark was drafted by the WNBA's Indiana Fever as the #1 overall pick. She has become the team's top scorer, averaging 17.1 points, 8.2 assists, 5.8 rebounds, and 1.5 steals per game. She has also become a frontrunner in the WNBA Rookie of the Year polls and has led the Fever to an 11-15 record, their best since 2016, and their first playoff appearance since the same year. Caitlin Clark also notched a pair of impressive performances against Lexi Brown's Los Angeles Sparks this season, posting a double-double with 11 points and 10 rebounds to help lead the Fever to their first season win and snap a 5-game loss streak on May 25th. Less than a week later, on May 29th, she dropped a whopping 30 points on the Sparks during a close loss. Caitlin Clark's detractors predicted that she would fizzle out and see scant success in the WNBA, but she has proven them wrong. She has even more to prove, as not only are the playoffs approaching, but she has many years left in her career. Though Clark was not selected to play on this year's Team USA Olympic squad, she will likely make the 2028 team as long as she stays healthy and on top of her game, and such an opportunity would bring her talents to an even broader global stage. However, Caitlin Clark's success hasn't stopped her haters from hating, and some have become even louder than before. Clark has faced hostility and adversity from both current and ex-WNBA players, but she has maintained her composure all the way through. The fans and media have taken notice, and it's only growing her popularity. An X-user posted a video of legendary Olympic swimmer Michael Phelps cheering and celebrating while watching French swimmer Leon Marchand break his records in Paris this summer. The user wrote, "Interesting to compare this to the reaction of how 99% of WNBA players and coaches have treated Caitlin Clark this year. Those who are jealous or doubtful of her talents have tried to use drama to derail Clark's game, but it just hasn't worked. She keeps on succeeding and making massive contributions to the world of women's basketball." As one X-user put it, "Like it or not, Caitlin Clark is the face of women's basketball." Caitlin Clark has achieved all of her accomplishments while maintaining her professionalism, and it's paid off. She is on track to potentially become the WNBA's Rookie of the Year, and she has garnered a massive and loyal fan base in an incredibly short amount of time. Caitlin Clark is also helping revitalize a struggling WNBA franchise, and has turned it into a playoff contender in just her first season. Her ability to make plays from a variety of positions in and around the arc, combined with her basketball IQ, makes her an incredible asset. Caitlin Clark also excels at both leading an offense and putting her teammates in positions to score. Her leadership on the court is impressive, as she dependably improves the performance of her teammates. Clark has a proven track record of adapting and improving, both during her college career and from the start to the finish of the 2024 WNBA regular season, which bodes well for her basketball career going forward. Time and time again, Caitlin Clark has disproved doubts about her potential. Though she has faced attacks from all angles, her detractors' predictions have always fallen flat, including the criticisms made by Lexi Brown. While it is understandable that Caitlin Clark would pass up Ice Cube's offer in favor of focusing on the WNBA, it is certain that she could have brought a new level of attention and profitability to Big Three that no other current WNBA player could possibly have ushered in. The Caitlin Clark effect has proven to be indestructible and unwaveringly lucrative, and any league would be foolish not to try to cash in on Clark.